Hello and welcome to NBA Talk Shop.
Sure, I'm on the phone with the money. Sure, blue hunters they coming. You know that I'm thumbing you dead. Sure, coming up like I'm easy eating. Sure, fuck up them racks. I get them so easily.
Today on NBA Talk Shop, I'll be discussing the four playing teams out west, which as of May 5th, 2021, is the Portland Trail Blazers, Golden State Warriors, Memphis Grizzlies, and San Antonio Spurs, with Pelicans at 11, very close between the Spurs. I think the best team out of those four is the Golden State Warriors, with Steph Curry, Kelly Oubre Jr., Andrew Wiggins, and a kind of okay Draymond Green. Draymond has not been Draymond this year. We all know that. He's been pretty bad. But he is a great defender. He is a great leader for the team. And he just makes everyone around him better. And as long as they have Steph Curry, I think they're the best playing team. The Portland Trail Blazers are good, but they have a lot of problems I'm going to talk about next, because that's my next thing I'm going to talk about. The Golden State Warriors, as of right now, have no chance against the Suns or the Jazz, because they're very close in the standings. But if Steph Curry gives you 40 a night like he has been recently, they have a chance against about anyone. The Trailblazers are an interesting team, I would say. They have Damian Lillard, who has been great this year. Recently he's been, but he is great and has a lot of talent, obviously. CJ McCollum, his running mate, is also very good. He brings 20 points per game, a couple rebounds, a couple assists. Very good number two. One of the best two options. And they have one of the best backcourts in the NBA. But the problem with them has been their awful coaching. Terry Stotts is not a good coach. He runs horrible rotations, horrible defensive coach, and just, if the offense is amazing, what do they have out of their team? Because their defense has been bottom 10 this season. I don't know the exact number. And also their defense has also been horrible. They don't have any plus defender on their team other than Derek Jones Jr., Robert Covington. They've been not as well as they were last year. Derek Jones Jr. and Robert Covington are basically nothing on offense. Robert Covington has a three-pointer. Derek Jones Jr. is only athletic. That's all he has to bring to the table. He has some potential, but I don't think they have a chance. But Norman Powell, the recent pickup, is very good. He can shoot. I think he has a potential to be 18-plus point per game scorer. But also, Gary Trent Jr., I think, has the potential to be an all-star in this league someday. He's a great scorer. He can get hot quick, and I just like him as a 3 option better than Norman Powell. Norman Powell is like 1 inch taller than Dame and CJ, and that's their biggest problem is like wing depth, and he has to play the wing, and he's too short for that. Number 9 seed right now is the Memphis Grizzlies, who is currently tied with the Warriors for 8 and 9. But I like the Warriors better than the Grizzlies because Grizzlies have John Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr. is getting back from his injury, and Jonas Valanciunas has been terrific this year too. But I think they have a better all-around roster than the Warriors, but the Warriors have the best point guard in the NBA, top 5 MVP candidate, and just Steph Curry is the only difference. Only thing they have better than the Grizzlies, and that's enough in the playoffs. But I don't think they're much better than the Spurs, to be honest. I think the Spurs are better than the Grizzlies. The Spurs have a bunch of talent over there with Vassell, DeMar DeRozan, Jonte Murray, Derek White if he's coming back from injury. The only problem is really their center and Podol. He's been good, but not what you would want for a starting center and a playoff team. Also, I should probably talk about the Lakers. They're only a 1 game above the Trailblazers right now. If the Lakers somehow get themselves in a play-in, I don't think they would lose against any of the teams, but they don't want to play in a play-in. They don't want to put that on their bodies already. They want to be as ready as they can for the playoffs. The Lakers could, as right now, they're playing the Clippers in the first round. If the playoffs started today, I don't really like that matchup for the Lakers right now, just because of their inability to stay healthy. I'll do a playoff thing later, but yeah. Out of the 4 teams I think have the best chance to beat the Suns or Jazz, I think it's the Warriors, Trailblazers, Grizzlies, and Spurs. Actually, switch Grizzlies and Spurs. I like the Spurs better than the Grizzlies. But the Suns and Jazz are the number 1 and 2 seeds right now, currently tied. I don't really think any of those teams are that much worse. The only difference between those teams, between the Trailblazers and the Suns, Trailblazers can't defend worth shit. And the Jazz are a great three-point shooting team and defensive team. I don't think any of them have a real chance. Maybe take a game or two against the number 1 seed, but yep, that's been NBA Talk Shop, and see you next time.